Hey guys, and welcome to the FIFA 23 SBC video. EA have released another World Cup Showdown set. We're going to have a look at them, see if either of them are worth doing. Yesterday we had one for Netherlands against Argentina, Acuna and Memphis Depay. I personally thought both of them were really good players to choose from. I even completed the Depay SBC. We reviewed him. I like him. I think he's great. I won't be completing Luke Shaw, Marcus Thuram. Not because I don't think they're good. On base stats, they look very good, in fact. I mean, in-game stats and work rates and all that might tell a bit of a different story, but they don't fit my team. So that's why I won't be completing them. But 2 segments each. Let's see what EA are requiring for them. 84 and 85 for Luke Shaw. And then for Marcus Thuram, 83 and 85. So based on that, FIFA are fancying, EA should I say, are fancying England to win this game. I mean, personally, I predicted France to win before the World Cup. I think they got the best nation in terms of squad players. Dembele, Giroud, Mbappe, even Rabiot have been amazing for them so far at this World Cup. I know a lot of people have fancied Argentina and Brazil. And whilst they do look good, I think France so far have been the best. But I think the quarterfinals, when we've got a lot of bigger matchups, will be the first kind of real true test as to who looks most likely to win the World Cup. But, I mean, hey, listen, Morocco could win the World Cup. Very easily could win the World Cup because they're all one-off matches. So certainly don't put them past causing a bit of an upset, or Croatia or anyone like that. So Luke Shaw, weird work rate. Not a fan of that. 3-star, which, I mean, doesn't really matter too much for a fullback. You could also use him as a left wing back in a 5-back formation. His pace is okay. Shooting doesn't really matter. Passing's great. Dribbling's great, maybe a little bit low on reactions. Defending, as far as the fullback goes, is top tier. Likewise, the physicality. Not too much going on in terms of the player traits, but you wouldn't really expect that. I mean, I think that's a really good card. I'm trying to think of other really good fullbacks from the Premier League. You've got João Cancelo, who you can play on either side, left back or right back, which is really good. I've actually got the informed João Cancelo, and I choose to play him. Despite him coming out in packs as a left back, I choose to play him as a right back, and he's great. So it would be interesting to compare João Cancelo to Luke Shaw. If Luke Shaw gets that upgrade, I mean, even now, if he doesn't get the upgrade, I still don't think he's bad value for money. If he gets the upgrade, ridiculous value for money, because I think he will be a pretty good card, although the work rate is a bit weird at a medium. I'm not too sure about how that will kind of play in game. Again, with Thuram, weird work rate. 3-star weak foot, not the worst, I suppose, for compared to other years. 4-star skill moves. You wouldn't really use him as a left mid, and I don't really know too many people that use formations with left mids and right mids. Usually when they got wingers, they're using left wing and right wing. I think left mid would be too defensive for him, to be honest, too far back. Weird pace splits. Shooting's good, certainly in the most important areas of positioning, finishing, and shot power. Passing as a striker goes is good. You can't use him as a cam, though, so that doesn't matter. Composure's low. Composure is really low when we're talking about a striker in this game. Reactions and ball control and dribbling are pretty good. Heading's great with 6'4". Has he got the he has got the finesse shot trait, nothing for flair outside foot shot, nothing for power header, which is a bit of a shame because 90 heading and 6'4" in height would be great with the power header chem style player trace. I mean, physicality is quite nice. Stamina is also pretty good. I think I prefer Luke Shaw more. I've got to be honest. I think Thuram with the upgrade, I think he needs the upgrade more than Luke Shaw personally. And I think if Thuram gets the upgrade, I think it'd be a great card. I think his composure then would go to 82, which would be reasonable for this stage of the game. And I do think that +2 would make a lot of difference. Genuinely, I do, for something like composure. You know, as much more composure as you can get, even if it's a +1 or +2, would be great for this card. It would make a difference as far as I'm concerned. You'd be surprised how much of a difference it would make. I think it's a very underrated stat, especially for certain positions. And for a position like this, it's critical. If you were to use him as a left midfielder, which I can't imagine many people would do so, but if people are going to, you're probably not going to be that bothered about the composure. You're probably going to be more bothered about him being kind of a bit of a set-up play. In that case, you'd want to improve, and he would need it. You'd really want to improve his passing stats, get that curve up, get that crossing up further, vision, short passing, you know what I mean? But I think he has to be played as a striker. And he's not perfect, but I think if he can get the upgrade, he will be good. And I don't think, obviously, with Lewandowski not being in the Bundesliga anymore, the Bundesliga isn't quite as blessed from memory anyway. I mean, you know, Patrick Schick and Andre Silva are great players IRL, but are they great in FIFA? Not really. I mean, how often do you come up against those cards you know, in this game, any of their special versions, not often. You have people like Voller and Gomez and stuff like that as well. But you have the Becker SBC. I don't know how many people got involved in that. But he's a good alternative because the Bundesliga, as far as I'm concerned, lacks a quality striker like Marcus Thuram. I don't think there's really many. I mean, you know, Timo Werner has got a few similar stats, but at the same time, Thuram has got better passing than Werner. Thuram has got far superior physicality, better shooting, and also has the chance to get better dribbling than Werner and even closer pace. So the more that I think about it, it's actually a pretty good card, and I think it's very well priced. And likewise with Luke Shaw. I still think out of the two of them, Thuram needs the upgrade more than Luke Shaw. But obviously, it'd be great if both of them can get the upgrades, you know. And for left-backs here, you haven't got too much choice. Obviously, you've got the Informed Cancelo, who I think might go for around about 120, 130k. And if you compare him with Luke Shaw, I mean, Luke Shaw is arguably, aside from shooting, which is way lower, but doesn't matter that much for a full-back, if he gets the +2, he's the best left-back in the Premier League. Without a doubt. I don't know what's going on at left wing back. I can't imagine too much. And I'm right in saying that. So I think this is a good set. I think this is probably the best set on the whole. Well, to be fair, the set yesterday was also really good. They're getting better, these World Cup sets. They weren't necessarily too good in the group stage, but now they're getting good. And the more that I think about it, I'm a fan of both of these, and I could understand people wanting to complete both of them. But as I said, I do have slightly more concerns for Thuram, especially if he remains an 86 rated. But if he can get that upgrade, get that +2, he will be a very good striker in this game. I think he can still play to a lot of the strengths. Don't know how the work rate would work. You might have to kind of play around a little bit with that in the I can't remember what it's called, the custom settings or whatever, custom tactics. And the freestyle weak foot isn't ideal. But he has got a lot of strengths to him. He really has. I mean, his shooting stats in the right areas are great. Some of his dribbling stats are great. His heading is fantastic. He's got the finesse shot trick, which is also still pretty good. Although it's a shame that flare and outside foot shots on there and power header. But on the whole, two really good cards. I could understand both people. I could understand people wanting to complete both of them or compete in either one. I think both of them are great. Who do I think will win? Do you know what? I can't even call it. I think France have got the better team than England on the whole, but it's a one-off game, so anything, you know, can happen. It really, really can. So with the form that Mbappe is in, and Giroud and Dembele and Rabiot, I kind of just fancy France. It's like 55% France, 45% England, genuinely. There's no reason why England can't win this game. But I would still slightly favour France a little bit more. But there we go, guys. That'll finish up this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.